I'm LaVerne Lamoureux with the U.S. Census Bureau, and I bet you thought we were all done as soon as we got that new congressional seat, right? Well, not true. I'm sure many of you have used census data, and that's what I'm here to talk with you about. I don't have money for you. I don't have any loans or any programs, but we have the data that will help you build a good base for a new business, a continuing business, an expansion business, foreign trade, import. How many of you have visited the census site to get data about your business? Good, I see the colleagues that also work with the department. And by the way, the U.S. Census Bureau comes under the Department of Commerce as well. There is a PowerPoint copy. I did bring you folders. And there is a PowerPoint copy in your folder of what we were going to show. So I'm not going to go through page by page, but I want you to know what I plan to highlight today is a little bit about the 2010 census, the decennial, and how that has changed for us, the American Community Survey, the Economic Survey, and foreign trade. So all of those are depicted in that handout. I think what's most important for businesses to know is that I think one of you mentioned many businesses will hire someone, a consultant, to do some work for them, maybe a market survey to find out what the reach could be on either expansion or even developing. You don't need to hire someone. The Census Bureau has data on everything from transportation patterns to the number of people, what we call down to a block level. We can tell you the kinds of businesses that are in a geographic area. All you need to do is call us and tell us what sort of business information you're looking for. We had somebody actually from, what was it, Villages at Mount Hood recently, actually this week, wanted me to figure out how many people lived in 2 new census tracts. Oregon had received their decennial census, and we were able to drill down to 2 small census tracts at Mount Hood. He was a businessman, and he wanted to know the growth from 2000 to 2010 and what the market would support for future growth. So look at, I guess one of the best parts of the PowerPoint, in the last 4 slides, I've shown you the census website. When you go to the first page, you'll see categories, and the one you're going to be most interested in is, of course, business. There's one on foreign trade, and the links. And then I've shown you other supporting pages to get to the data you need. I would recommend that you go there, you look it over, and then figure out what you want specifically and call myself, or I've given you a list of colleagues in the office. We all work in data services, and we will literally walk you through. We'll find what you need. We'll send it back to you in an email along with the steps we took to get there. There's more data than I could even stand here and talk about with the U.S. Census. But we do more than count people. And as I said, that 2010 census form that we all mailed back actually was the short form. From now on, henceforth, there will only be a short form every 10 years. So we count those people every 10 years. What we do every year is something called a population estimate. And that comes from another survey. The biggest survey that probably will be impacting us on a regular basis now is what we call the American Community Survey. And it's what we used to know as a long form. That survey, for the first time this year, was able to release 5-year data. It's a survey that goes out across the country monthly to 250,000, 300,000 households every month on a rotating basis. And that gathers economic data that certainly affects all of you and all of us. Because they're able to do it now on a rolling basis, what we used to have to wait for every 10 years, you can have updated information every year. So it's important certainly to the business climate into the States. So I'll be here for more questions, and thank you. I was going to say they saved the best for last. I knew I was last, and then I realized the congressman is coming.